Now then, during this video, I'm going to overview a actual building inspection, all right? And it's really important to detail what's going on here, okay? This is the second step of the three pillars within the 360 due diligence system, right? And it's professional collaboration, okay? So with building inspectors, primarily building inspectors and your conveyancer, okay? So it's professional consultation with them. Now, very, very quickly on the legal side of things is that and I will share this with Shortlist members over the coming weeks, a interview where I talk with Anna Persick from Legal 3. I've worked alongside Anna for nearly 10 years. She represents pretty much 95% of my clients, and yep, she's excellent, and it's about creating another level of protection. There is so much exploration that goes into reviewing contracts, and it's not just a matter of reviewing contracts. It's about strategically negotiating special conditions to go in the contract that protect you. A vendor statement and the contract of sale is prepared by the sales representative, the vendor, the sales agent, and the vendor's conveyancer. And so any opportunity, if there's any bias within that, it's going to be in their favor, not yours. And so it's very, very, very important that we level the playing field here. And look, just trying to think now, I can't remember the last contract I signed for a purchaser where we had not negotiated additional special conditions to protect your interests. So, like I say, that's going to come, and I'll distribute that out through the network over the coming weeks. But staying on point here with the building inspection is that this is a tremendous opportunity. So the last video that you would have seen was the third person inspection, where you're giving, it was a guide for you to hand out to people to inspect on your behalf. So that's a 10, 15 minute inspection. And quite frankly, I can't believe I've been in the business now over 20 years. And I find it absolutely astonishing that pretty much every single sale is determined based on a 10 to 15 minute inspection. The vast majority don't even do a second inspection. And it's just phenomenal. And this is where I am extremely proud. In fact, not trying to even promote it here within this video, but what we do is world class. The level of due diligence that we apply within the 360 system is unparalleled. It's phenomenal. It sounds great that we spend 8 hours of due diligence on every single property, but through this series of communication with you, I'm proving it to you. It's astonishing, and it really does bridge that gap. It should give you, the whole point of due diligence is so that you can trust every single detail from afar. And this is the special ingredient, the glue that holds everything together, so that you don't have sleepless nights, so that you sign contracts with absolute, it should feel like a breeze. All right, follow the system and it will be. Now, the building inspection is an absolutely incredible opportunity to spend an extended period inside the property checking everything, because building inspectors, now mark my words, all things are not equal in this space. I've met so many poor building inspectors, having sold properties for so many years as a real estate agent. I've met some terrible building inspectors. Mine's phenomenal, but there's still part of remit that they don't check. They don't check appliances thoroughly. They're basically there just to obviously check the structural integrity. They're highly trained in that. They're reaching the hard to get to spaces. They're seeing through walls, for example. There's infrared technology. They're seeing heat mapping to pick up on and things that the naked eye can't see. All right, but it's a phenomenal opportunity for us to go through a property and test everything. And I'm going to share now. We're going to go along to a live video again, because this is, I think, well, what I'm trying to say is I think you should be sending your representative through your building inspector as well, so that they can record the whole situation again, but get really, really comfortable with the place. And here's the point. This is the absolute golden nugget here, okay? And this is, you would never have thought of this before. Nobody ever does, but it's so important to record this, which is what I'm going to show you right now. And I'm going to skip through it because it's a 14 minute video. It's so important that you record every aspect of the property, because here's the thing. The condition of the vendor is the property must be delivered at settlement as of the time of sale. Now, settlements can be 60, 90 days later. A lot can go wrong in that period. And without photographic, or better still, video proof of X, Y, and Z in operational condition, then without it, you're going to have absolutely no grounds whatsoever to claim rectification on settlement. You've got to prove it, right? And so that there fundamentally is why, another amazing reason to do so. But let's jump over to the video here. Stop share. Yeah, I'm sharing screen. Let's go full screen here. So I'll even put this video into the email so you can actually watch it at full flow and listen to Sabrina's doing this video again. Back to Alfie and Paran. This one we bought, wonderful property. Again, following the fundamentals in the third person inspection guide. But let's just hop over here to listen to what Sabrina's talking about.
Show you really good water pressure.
So testing every component, visual record. It's such, like I mentioned earlier, it's a phenomenal opportunity.
Fence all look fine.
To spend an extended period inside. You'll notice throughout, Sabrina will check that all doors closed. If they don't, that is a red flag for misalignment of subsidence through the property. Here we go. On cue, which is great. So again, if that door's not square and closing off properly, it could be a real highlight that the foundations underneath have shifted.
At the moment, there's fan running on the ductor. We just haven't hit on the heating. Windows all good.
Again, may seem like an obvious thing to check. I'm telling you now, no one ever checks it, but these old sash windows.
Window blinds are all working as well.
Are incredibly expensive to repair.
Sorry, I wrote short. So, but yeah, it's definitely working as well.
Now this video it's a working video. It's bouncing around the place, which is absolutely fine.
Lights all working.
This one doesn't need to be pretty. This is about testing everything. You can see every cupboard door open. We've explored.
Lights and also lights.
See, it's an extraordinary level of checking. And like I say, this is the key component to making you feel confident from overseas.
This is the switch for the fan. Let it kick in while we're doing this. So both sides of the windows are movable.
You can see here, it really is quite wonderful to watch, just the level of checking. No surprises.
Sorry.
That's the building inspector there, who, by the way, we do a separate consultation with all clients. We do a post building inspection interview with him.
It's working.
Yeah, we do a post inspection interview with him on site for him to point out anything that may be worth discussing. But we also, for additional questions and anything a little bit more serious, we actually have a one-on-one consultant, a Zoom call with him, where we go through, you know, a debrief, basically go through the whole report to make sure everything is to your satisfaction. Water pressure on every device is checked. Again, this level of investigation is, I've never met another company that goes to this level of detail. It really is quite fantastic to watch. Water pressure, we're testing for water hammer, we're testing for drum tars, we're testing for, you name it, underneath the U-bend there. Is there any water coming out of that, which would be a leak? Drainage, we've gone infrared behind the tiles to make sure there's no damp spots. Every single cupboard is checked, every single lock device. No property's perfect, but we're just here to really 100% understand what's what. Let's just try and fast track here, testing all the fans. I'm going to skim this because now we're up to 12 minutes. The split system, heating, cooling, electrics, everything's checked. Every cupboard. Every appliance, make sure all the rings are. And like I mentioned earlier, is that all this is, you know, we're recording this. So if come settlement, something's not working or something's even damaged, you can absolutely guarantee we've captured it and we will be able to hold the vendor accountable. We had one recently in Mornington where the front gate, it was an electric gate that slid across the front, that when we went to the final inspection, it was leaning forwards, so it had been damaged. But because we had the proof at the time of sale, because of this inspection video, we were able to get rectification as part of settlement, before settlement, which without it, absolutely, legally, you have no grounds whatsoever to delay settlement otherwise. Like I mentioned, it's a working video. Let's put the volume back on. She really gets into every single detail.
There's key to all these doors, and they are all lockable.
It's amazing.
And this side as well.
Outside again, we're testing all taps, water pressure, checking high and low in every space. Along with the, like I said, the qualified building inspector. So, you know, we're here for a good 45 minutes. The building inspector's there for equally an hour, 45 minutes, an hour. You know, you can see that the level of checking is absolutely superb. So back inside, check the electrics box. And that's a great place to wrap this here. I'm not going to show it to you, but just on the screen here, there is a bit of a delay. Here's the interview with the building inspector who walks us through just to discuss any of the items that he's identified. And then just to finish off this video here, there's a little bit of a bonus section for anybody that's following this all the way through. The final inspection, okay? So we've done our building inspection, we've secured it, the settlement, blah, blah, blah. We then, within 3 to 4 days or 3 to 4 days prior to settlement, you should be revisiting the property to cross-reference, to cross-check this building inspection video with the property at that moment. Okay. Now, those videos are much, much quicker because, quite frankly, at that point, we know the property inside out. You know, we've spent hours and hours looking at it. We've been inside for hours as well. And so we know what to go in, we know what to check. And again, all going well, it's all good. So again, this also.
Hi guys, I'm at Fruit Road in Paran for final inspection. As we walking in,
Final inspection.
you see
Now, interestingly, now this is actually really, this is going to be another subject here, okay? But all the rental compliance rules have changed in Melbourne as of the time of this recording, and subsequently, you're not allowed to advertise a property for rent unless all of the compliance has been ticked off, finalised. And so what we done here at the final inspection, we coordinated all of the trades to come at the final inspection so that we can get the property rent ready before settlement, right? Because otherwise you would have to wait for settlement, then get the trades through. It's going to take a couple of weeks, 2 weeks of vacancy straight away. Here, we've just gone like that, boom. And again, it's all because of our relationships where we've been able to coordinate. You can see another one inside here. We'll follow her through. She's checking everything again, which is awesome. Blinds, that's the new compliance. These little hooks need to be on all windows. There's the Sparky with his bag. We've got the plumbers there as well. So she's doing all of the final checks just to make sure that the property is still in good condition as of the time of sale. Again, this really is intrinsic. It's an intrinsic part, come off that now, intrinsic part of doing this. I know I keep saying it, but the 3 steps of the shortlist method, like I said, you know, my promise at the very beginning was to get you to a point where you could make a well-informed offer on a property that you haven't come back to Melbourne and that you are 100% confident in. And yeah, you know, you can see the level of detail that we've gone to and the level of resources that I'm giving you here to be able to do this yourself remotely. As always, final sign off. Any questions that we can help you with in relation to the building inspections, then yeah, feel free to reach out and say hello. Okay, cool. Bye for now.